To the first man who catcalled me. First of all, why did you do it? What did you possibly think you would get out of it? You must have known nothing would have possibly happened from you shouting suggestive things as you walked by me. Second of all, how fucking dare you? How dare you think that you have the right to look at me like I'm nothing more than a sex object? Sexualize me as, "What's up, baby?" slips off of your tongue. I didn't ask you for this. How dare you assume that I would want that? The worst part is, I'm only reflecting on this rage and disgust and how gross your words and your eyes made me feel after the fact. I didn't even hear the, "Hey, baby," or see your eyes burning into my chest as if my only purpose was to fulfill your desires. No, it was my parents, my mom, who had to repeat what you said, to emphasize the way you looked at me. Maybe that is the ultimate symbol of my loss of innocence. Balancing between the slippery slope between childhood and adulthood, sexualized yet still so fucking naive. My own mom had to explain to me that I had been catcalled. I hate the way you dominated the space around us, as if everything within it was yours for the taking. I hate how powerless I was in those moments with you, as if there is nothing I could do to stop you. In those moments, you assumed you could say and do whatever you wanted. And the terrible thing is, in the world we live in, women are catcalled on the daily and no one bats an eye, and tens of women accuse a man of sexual assault and still are not believed. In the world we live in, you can do whatever you want. That's how rape culture works. Men take what they want and aren't punished when they don't ask first. I hated the way people laugh it off, as if me being sexualized by this random stranger is just a thing that happens, a comical one at that. The fucked up reality is that catcalling, this random sexualization of women, is a thing that happens all the time. And we shouldn't just shrug it off. Men shouldn't just have the right to say and do whatever they want without any sort of consequence. Street harassment is not okay, and we shouldn't act like it is. And I know this instance in my life is such a small piece of what so many women experience all the time. But it's still a piece. And it's still a part of the problem. The worst part, though, is that there was a tiny piece of myself that was validated by what you said to me. I think as women, we hate catcalling, but at the same time, we feel like something is wrong with us if we don't get catcalled. And I've been feeling like no one will ever find me attractive lately, and to have someone, even if it is in the worst, grossest way possible, counter my fears and insecurities, give me a little attention, felt a tiny bit good. And I think maybe that's just a product of this messed up world we live in. We live in this world where beauty and appearance is everything, where girls are held to ridiculous body image standards, where romantic and sexual relationships are the end-all be-all. And just because I'm a feminist, just because I don't want to be sexualized by random men on the street, doesn't mean those standards aren't deeply ingrained in me too. And maybe when we do talk about catcalling, we should talk about that paradox. Catcalling isn't just dangerous because it perpetuates rape culture, it also perpetuates our beauty standards, brings out our insecurities. Did you know that I was shaky for the rest of the day? I jumped at everything. I wouldn't even talk to the man next to me on the train, even though he was just trying to talk to me about the app I was playing. You took away my safety and security. Did you mean to do that? Do you ever think about the way you might have made me feel? Did you ever think about how I'm a person, how I'm much more than just my body? Even if you are a stranger, I hate to think that's all I was in those moments. That there might be people in this world that only see a body, that will never be able to see me. All I want is to be seen. I want you to feel what I felt when you passed me. Sincerely, the girl you catcalled on July 8th, 2017.